up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Yesterday we had a video with Kiernan. This is him right here. He actually performed an illegal action. We saw it where he switched the active. He drew Mulligan, and he saw he had a base Pokemon. He put it down, and then he swapped it. And that's what Kiernan's here to talk about today in this video. Talk about it and just shine some light on the situation. How you doing today, Kiernan?
I'm doing great. I know we kind of talked privately before this started, but I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to come out and, say my piece and hopefully do my part to clear my name of the cheating allegations. A lot of what's been thrown around, a lot of things that have been said about me. They range from true and they range to far-fetched. Objectively, what I did, the move that I made in switching the Wobbuffet with the Evoltol was an illegal action. My intent on cheating, the only person, of course, that can truly know what my intentions were me. And so I know it's very, very easy for me to, come up and say that I didn't cheat, that I didn't know it. But, I'm honestly, I'm being genuine here. So there's some backstory to this. When I swapped the actives, I thought it was legal. I thought it was a legal move. My reasoning for this, a couple months prior at Dallas Regionals, when I was in either round 6 or 7, I believe, I was in a game, and we were on to game 3. Ironically, I was playing a Vileplume deck, and he tried to do it against me. That's just kind of a silly coincidence. Game 3, he started with a Pokemon, and I mulliganed, and then he switched his active Pokemon. And I said, I'm not certain that that's legal. Do you mind if I call a judge? He said, yeah, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
He said, I'm fairly certain it's legal. He said I could call a judge. I called a judge over. I asked the judge what he thought of it, and the judge also said that it was legal. He told me that there had been some new rules introduced with the XY evolutions block that I was supposed to, or that I should read into. And so, I let it go. At this point, I was around 6 or 7. I just made the ultimate drop from 2-0 to either 2-2-1 or 2-2-2. I can't remember which round it was at this point, but it was beyond any chance of myself day twoing. And so the judge told me this, and I wasn't going to hound this poor guy because, if you're not even in a position where you can cut, oh my Lord. I'm sorry.
You can fix it.
I'm recording on mobile. My computer's non-functional right now.
No, I understand. You're fine. You can fix it.
I can I'll just hold it in place. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
So, I figured this guy's honest. He has no reason to cheat. There's nothing on the line at this point. And so I went along with it, and I believed the judge. I went along, thinking that I just learned a new ruling that was going to be useful in the future. The proper move would have definitely been to check up on that, especially because Denise and Vince, the head judges or the organizers of Dallas Regionals, are two people that I'm very close to. I'm very close to the Kreckler family. And so it would have been a lot better of me to go up and ask them whether this was the correct ruling. But I failed to do that. And so that is 100% on me. The thing is, I'm one of those people. I've always kind of advocated for, I don't think that intent should be involved. Intent shouldn't be considered when making rulings like this because you never know intent. And whether intent was there, if someone cheats or if someone does something that's not legal, they gain an unfair advantage that their opponent has. And I don't think that this circumstance is any different. I 100%, with the knowledge that what I did was an illegal move, I 100% believe that I should have repercussions for that because Brady is someone who I consider a friend. And when we played a game of Pokemon, me switching those actives, whether you want to believe that I cheated or whether you're in my line of thinking that it was an innocent mistake, I still gained an unfair advantage. And I destroyed the legitimacy of that particular game by gaining that unfair advantage. And so because of that, I wholeheartedly agree with the people that say that there should be some repercussion to this. I would definitely not do anything to dispute some sort of temporary ban for this happening. But I do want to clear up the allegations that I'm a cheater. I don't want people to think that I do this on purpose. I don't want people to think that if like a newer player gets paired up against me in a tournament, I don't want them to have to go, oh, this guy's really good at cheating. I better like watch him really closely. And I don't want to disparage the fun time that comes with a game of Pokemon simply because he thinks he's playing against a cheater.
Hmm.
And so I guess what I'm like, all I really have to say about it is that, you can either, at the end of the day, you can either believe me or you cannot believe me. And I could sit here and beg for forgiveness and say, what I did was wrong, or, I can try to take action. And I recently got word that Denise and Vince were not actually the Masters head judges. They were the tournament organizers, and that the Masters head judge is currently on vacation. Once she gets back from vacation, I plan on getting in contact with her to figure out the name of the judge who gave me this ruling. With this in mind, I do want to be very careful about it simply because I don't want this judge to get, flamed for an incorrect ruling. But, like if there's a way that I can prove my innocence, I wish to do that, because one of the big arguments that I've gotten is that, that have come up against me, is that as someone who's played competitively for almost 3 years now, and someone who's gotten a Worlds invite in both of the years that he's played competitively, like I should know better, and that's that is 100% correct. I should know the rules. However, I didn't, and that's on me. I failed to do so. But I think I don't want to, not to come up here and like toot my own horn, but I don't want to ignore the fact that in the rest of my playing, in the past 2 years of playing, like my record's been near immaculate. I've gotten warnings here and there for gameplay errors, as everyone does, but I've never gotten so much as a prize penalty, let alone a game loss or a match loss or even a DQ at a tournament. And so, this was my first big mistake in which I gained an unfair advantage. And I want players to know, anyone who's watching this, that if they have questions, they're more than welcome to come talk to me about it, because the only thing I want to do is clear my name.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. And I guess the big thing we learned from this video, or from the past two videos, if you think, like you said with the judge, if you ever think there's a situation you think is wrong and the judge says something you think is incorrect, you can always appeal to the head judge, and the head judge will 100% tell you the truth. They even sometimes will bring out the rule book and show you on their iPad and stuff like that. So that's also something you can always do. And later on after the tournament too, you can always go to PokeGym. There's always a ask the rules question you could do there, and if you want to learn the rules in that way, you have that as well. But yeah, I think you pulled some good points for sure. And do you want to say anything else before we head out, or do you want to get anything else?
I mean, what you said about talking to the head judge, that was something I failed to do. And that's entirely on me. I do want to take a second, a lot of just to address the main points that I've been seeing, to kind of explain and I guess rationalize, for lack of a better word, the points. One of the big points is how quickly I switched the two Pokemon. If you know me, you can confirm that I this is my first year Masters. I aged up from seniors last year, and in seniors, everyone plays very quickly. If you start playing in seniors, you kind of develop this tendency to play fast. And if you look at my other the other videos I've been in, you can check out on Aaron's channel, the guy who posted the original video. You can see that I generally play very quickly, and so, especially in this matchup, Brady's a friend of mine. We had played some games before the tournament. We talked before the tournament, and he knew I was playing Eviltal. I knew he was playing Decidueye Vileplume. So when I draw that Wobbuffet, the immediate move in my eyes, it's like I switched to Wobbuffet. The reason I was looking at my hand, people, there's an argument with that. If you look at my hand, you can see there was an Olympia there. There was an Ultra Ball there. So my line of thinking there, I was like, okay, do I want to start Wobbuffet, or do I want to start Eviltal so that I could do something like Ultra Ball for a Shaman and then go into Wobbuffet with Olympia? And so, it was just it was a major blunder on my part. And I was just, I figured those things needed to be addressed. And for those wondering, I did end up going 2-3 in the tournament. After I won this round, I lost my last 3. And that, I think, is also kind of something to consider, is that, if I was actually a cheater, I would have cheated at least one more of those rounds so I could secure my place in top 8, wouldn't I? Like that's something to consider. And I guess the last major point I want to make, I feel like I'm just unloading all of my defenses at this point, but I just want to make myself like abundantly clear. This year I've preached like nobody's business. I've preached that like the current League Cup system is flawed, et cetera, et cetera. And I've made it very clear that after the incident in Arizona where my deck was stolen, I had no plans to pursue my Worlds invite for this year. So why would a player who's playing against a friend, is in no pursuit of his Worlds invite, and has a squeaky clean record otherwise, like what do I have to gain from cheating, especially on camera after, all these things happened?
That's true. I understand that for sure. Yeah.
I do wonder if you have any questions. I know like a lot can be misconstrued, and you're someone in the community that I do have like a lot of respect for. I appreciate the content that you put out and the way that you help new players. And so if there's anything that you personally would like me to clarify, I would love to hear from you.
I mean, the only thing I know that some people would say about the judges, ask the head judge. I mean, we talked about that, and you talk about the evolution rule change or stuff like that. And I know some people said, if there was a rule change, it might be posted online, but that's sometimes not true either. I know Verbeek and Hey Fonte, they don't always cover the rules. I mean, I personally don't have anything. I just know when I saw the video, I was like, hey, this is something people shouldn't do. We should cover it.
Yeah.
And I knew the guy who was covering the video too. You can hear in his voice, he's like, "Oh, I kind of know he did this," and I was kind of scared he'd take the video down within the day, and that's why I produced the video so quick.
And I think publicity is good. I think shedding light on this matter is good because it is a serious situation. It shouldn't be taken lightly. And again, full disclosure, I support whatever actions are taken against me as a player because, again, I gained an unfair advantage in the way that this game was played. Whether, despite the fact that it was unintentional, and I will always stand by the fact that it was unintentional, or not unintentional, but, I didn't know that it was cheating. Obviously I intended for the Wobbuffet to be active, but I was under the impression that was illegal play. Like, I think publicity is good. I think people should be able to learn from my mistakes. And, at the end of the day, I have nothing to hide. The more publicity that's out there, the more people that know. And I want to drop, I know it's kind of annoying for me to, plug myself here, but I want to drop, my social media links so that way if people have questions, they know where to contact me. My Facebook name is Kiernan Wagner, KIERNANWAGNER. My Twitter handle is @Kiernan Wagner. And if you don't have either of those, my Instagram is KIERNXN, Kiernan, but with an X instead of the A. And, if anyone has any questions, please contact me. I genuinely just want to make the situation right. And, I guess if you're in a similar situation as I am, like if you find yourself there, just persevere. And if you didn't cheat, don't tell people you cheated. One of the biggest things that I got from out of this was even players who are friends of mine, they're saying, I think you should do what a previous player, who I won't name for his sake because I know he's got he's a really good guy now. A previous player was caught cheating and he basically admitted to it, said that that it was a matter of peer pressure and then just laid low for a season and then came back and now he's got a pretty good record and he's one of the best players in the game this year. But I just that's not right to me because in that situation, this player was cheating and he openly knew it. He took cards out of his discard pile. But if I did something that I did not know was wrong, I will not deny that it was wrong because it was wrong, but I will deny intent because I have a profound passion for the game as a whole. I don't like the position where it's at right now. That's one of the many reasons that I chose not to pursue the invite this year. But in general, I love this game a lot. And I would hate to jeopardize that over cheating, but over a worse thing for me to, get banned when I didn't even cheat.
That's true.
When I didn't even cheat intentionally, I suppose, would be better.
I understand. Yeah. But yeah, man, I want to say thank you so much for doing this video. I really do appreciate coming out here and actually taking the time and talking about the situation and everything like that. I know some people would be too scared, I guess the correct thing to say, and scared of what's happening. But I mean, you do have a lot of good points, and I for sure I trust you. I believe you. So
Thanks,
Um,
man.
yeah,
That means a lot to me.
yeah,
I really appreciate, again, you giving me this platform to do this. I know, I PM'd you this morning in a very rude way, addressing the matter in a way that was completely inappropriate. But you instead of, just leaving me on red, instead of ignoring it, you responded to me, and we organized the time to do this. And for that, I'm very grateful because, like this is going to be a big help
hmm
in clearing up the errors and the misconstruencies that I've made.
for sure. Yeah, guys, just I guess over the past 2 days we learned, you can't switch out of the active, and if you ever have any questions, no matter what the doubt, you can always ask the head judge. You can always go to Poke Gym. Poke Pop is always on there answering questions, and whatever he says, I promise, is the truth. So,
Yes.
but Kieran, I want to say thank you again for coming out here doing the video. You have anything else you want to say
Thanks for
before we head
having
out?
me. Um, I just want to thank, my friends. A lot of people were quick to, jump off board, but a lot of my friends, including the ones from Minnesota who had one of their close friends, Ezra, cheated against. Ezra and his friends like William and all of them, the Minnesota people, they know who they are. They've been on my side in this, and for that I appreciate, especially as people who have been on the victim side of the situation. And I want to take time to thank not only everybody that's heard me out, but everybody who's been involved in this in general, no matter which side you're on, because this group is very intolerant of cheaters, and that's a wonderful trait to have. That's something that we need to keep up, and that's something that we need to continue to clarify, and we need to continue to elucidate these situations where players are caught doing something illegal, whether unintentionally or intentionally, so that it's a learning experience for everyone. This has been a very humbling experience for me. I I definitely put myself down a few pegs in where I consider myself as a player, because it shows me like I can make mistakes too. Just because I've gotten my worlds invite before doesn't mean that I'm immune to making mistakes. And for that, I guess I'm not grateful that it happened, but I'm grateful with the way the community reacted. And I'm grateful with the way that, like people have addressed the situation and the way people have addressed me, and the profound overall like respect that people have given me in general. Like if I was in the opposite position, I wouldn't believe myself for a second. Like I would be one of the first people to say, he's cheating, ban him. But, now I'm in the situation where it's me that has the allegations, and people have been hearing me out. And for that, I'm very grateful. So thank you everyone for that.
All right, and guys, thank you for joining this video. If you have any questions, like Kieran has said, anything you want to leave down below comments, you can contact him on Facebook, whatever you want to do, Twitter, Instagram. I don't even know if Instagram has a messaging system.
It does. Trust me, I'm always on Instagram. It does.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Kieran, once again, thank you so much for coming out here and doing the video. I really do
Thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
And guys, hope you have a great day. Alrighty, bye.
Goodbye.
Alright guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to our three sponsors, 60 Cards, Yeti Gaming, and the Pokemon Company International. Links to everything will be down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty.